Today I'm about to give you the only guide you would need to watch on Mad Maggie. I'm going to go over everything from playstyle to abilities to team comp and all that, so you can learn to make some big ballsy plays.
Whose manhood do I kill to get a bloody drink round here?
First up, playstyle. If you play like water and Mad Maggie is fire, you can obviously see how that's not gonna work together. So if you're a very non-aggressive player who's afraid to fight, then unfortunately she won't do well in your hand. So if you wanna play her, you need to learn how to be aggressively smart and be very confident in your playstyle. Now for a passive Warlords Iron. Temporarily highlight enemies you have damaged. Now this is a great counter for Catalyst. It might not be a Bloodhound or Seer scan, but it's still very useful for locating enemies in buildings if you use a Riot drill or grenades. It only highlights them for a brief moment, so one has to be very tactical. Second part of her passive is that she can move faster with a shotgun. Now there's 3 tips I can give you for this passive, and those are: always use a shotgun, never holster a shotgun, and learn how to use a shotgun. I recommend you practice how to use the PK. Next up, a tactical Riot drill. A good tip I have for you is to always keep something in between you and your enemy. A door, a wall, a crate, whatever it is, so you can punish enemies who are behind cover with the Riot drill whenever they try to heal. You could also use a tactical to take out defensive traps like Watson fences, caustic gases, and Catalyst's feral fluid. It's also a hard counter for characters like Gibby's Dome, Rampart's walls, and Newcastle's fortress. Also, when the enemy is running away and they decide to hide behind the door, instead of kicking it down, shoot your tactical. It's far more punishing, and they'll be forced to move away. Now let's say you're on the defensive and you're the one behind the door. Shoot your tactical on the door. The enemy will be forced to move away as they won't be able to break down the door. But still be aware, your tactical can destroy doors, so you'll have to be moving quickly. Now for our ultimate Wrecking Ball. A good tip is to use this ability as a rotational ability. It has a very low cooldown, so you don't have to worry about not having it when you engage in a fight. Whenever an enemy is trying to escape, use this ability to close down the distance. If you are lucky and it hits the enemy, it'll disorientate them, and you should follow that up with an arc star. But when your ability hits an enemy that's in a building, you can follow this up with either an arc star or a grenade. If your ultimate is lucky enough to hit an enemy that's behind cover, then throw down your tactical Riot drill. They'll be too disorientated to move out of the way, and that'll get some good damage in. Now for a loadout, I suggest use the PK and Mastiff combo if you're an average player, and if you're feeling really sexy, I suggest you replace that Mastiff with a PK. You can also use a flatline and PK combo, that's fine. You can also use the LMG and shotgun combo. The LMGs that I recommend are the Rampage and the Spitfire. The Devotion is catered towards a more close range fighting style. But if you don't feel like listening to my loadout advice, then that's completely okay. Use the loadout that's comfortable for you, but just remember that Mad Maggie's passive involves a shotgun. Lastly, we've got the team comp. I suggest you pair up with a Bloodhound or a Seer so that the scans can show you where the enemies are, and you'll be able to know where to shoot your Riot drill. A Bangalore is very good as the smoke will blind the enemies, and you can use a passive to highlight the enemies that you damage, allowing you to easily snuff them out. And try to pair up with the caustic. Let's see an example. Imagine an enemy is behind cover and a caustic throws his gas grenade at the enemy. They'll be heavily slowed down, and if you throw your tactical Riot drill at the enemy, you'll be able to damage them for longer. And that's all. If you have any more team comp suggestions or any loadout weapon suggestions, throw them down at the comments below. Until next time, it's been Rose Little Apex. See you next time. Cheers.